So my first job after undergrad was in Mexico, in northern Mexico, for a large, actually cement company, company named Cemex that had just set up their own internet incubator. And I learned, so probably 5 key things about being a young American working abroad. First, I didn't anticipate the personal impact, how it would cut me off from my friends from school who all were in the same city working with each other, the impact it would have on my girlfriend at the time and how that relationship didn't quite make it. Second, I wasn't as culturally sensitive to the way that different places and cultures mix work and play. So, if you've grown up in a place, you get a sense of what's an appropriate amount of, partying, hanging out, and that's obviously a big part of being a young person. So, different cultures do it differently. Is it okay to drink with your boss or not? Do you hang out on the weekends or not? Do they expect that? And so, learning that and being sensitive to that, I think will be important. Third, you may show up if you're hired, moving abroad and you get hired without really a job to do. You're gonna have to go make that job because they're not quite sure what to do with you. You don't have the skill set. You're not from a background that they can fit exactly into what you're gonna do. So you need to go out and make that job. Fourth, and probably the biggest decision you'll face is when do you leave? When do you come home? There's plenty of Americans who went abroad and have never come home, plenty who come home too early. And it's really a tough decision. How far can you take that particular job as part of your career? What does it mean to come back? How does that experience fit? And so something you're gonna need to think about. And then lastly, once you come back to the US, you're gonna have to worry about reintegrating in, remembering the skills you had, but again, that cultural stuff is different. Is it appropriate to party? Is it appropriate to hang out? How does those job expectations? So in summary, you probably wanna think from what is life gonna be like personally, to what is the social aspect at the job, to how do you go make this a job that's relevant for you, to then when do you leave and come back. And it all has to fit together. But I think it's a great experience and would recommend it to anyone who's up for the adventure.